So let's take a look at this first coordinate plane. You're supposed to answer 3 different questions about what you notice about the coordinate plane. I first noticed that the origin is located at 0, 0. Regardless of what the coordinate plane looks like, the origin will always be located at 0, 0. Meaning it has an x-coordinate of 0, it's where the x line starts, and it has a y-coordinate of 0, where the y line starts, the y-axis starts. It's now asking me what every tick mark equals. So I have to look. I see that, and I notice that the y-axis and the x-axis both go to 6. I also notice that there's a tick mark in between each of those whole numbers, which means some tick marks haven't been labeled, these empty spaces. So I have to label them myself. I start at 0 and I get to 1. However, I need to get there in 2 equal distances, meaning I took one whole and I partitioned it into 2 equal groups. That means I'm adding every time I jump 1/2. Then I jump another 1/2, I get 1. Another 1/2, I get 1.5. I add another 1/2, 2. Another 1/2, 2.5. This pattern is the same on the bottom. 1/2, 1. 1.5, 2. 2.5, 3. 3.5, 4. 4.5, 5. 5.5, 6. So every tick mark adds or measures 1/2. And I also notice that there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different points out. And they're all labeled as shapes. So now let's see what these coordinates are. I had to look to find my coordinate pairs. So knowing that every tick mark adds or measures 1/2, I can fill in this chart by looking at the coordinate pair of each of the listed points. So if I have an x-coordinate of 2 and a y-coordinate of 4, what will be the shape that I find? Well, let's look. My x is 2. So I start at the origin and I go over to 2. I now have to go up 4. I have to go up, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. Double check over. It matches. So the shape located at x equals 2, y equals 4 is our circle. We went over 2, up 4. Remember, it's always over and up, over and up. So let's try the next one. My x-coordinate is 5. Start my origin, go over to 5. And now I have to go up to 4. Let's see. I believe this is 4. Let's double check. We know that this was from 4. Boom! We found it. We have our diamond or our rhombus. And we knew that because I went over 5, up 4. Okay, let's keep going. We have an x-coordinate of 1. Go over, I found 1. Now I have to go up 5. 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, 4.5, 5. Every tick mark I passed was 1/2. So I was trying to help keep track so I could find y equals 5. So the shape that is 1 over 5 up is a triangle. And let's find our last point. Oh, it's opposite. Instead of x equals 1 and y equals 5, x equals 5 and y equals 1. So let's look. Start at the origin, I move over 5. Then I have to go up 1, 1/2, 1. Double check by going over, making sure it lines up. And it does. So I know the shape that has a y or x coordinate of 5, which means we went over 5, and a y coordinate of 1, which means we went up 1, is a heart. Man, going over and up or thinking about x before y really does help me find my coordinate pairs. Counting my tick marks makes sure that I'm in the right place. And I'm using my knowledge of this coordinate plane, starting at the origin, going over on the x till I find the correct value, and then up on the y. Now let's answer the questions that you guys were based on next.